Government secures part of CLICO building to house 2 civil courts. Details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, April 24th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Government has secured the second floor of the CLICO building on Yonge Street to house 2 civil courts, and refurbishment work is now underway. Attorney General Darshan Ramdani announced earlier this year that the CLICO building on Yonge Street will be leased to house 4 courts, judges' chambers and administrative offices. Adequate facilities for the country's courts have been an issue for some time, and government has explored several options to resolve the matter. During the weekly post-cabinet briefing on Wednesday, Legal Affairs Minister, the Honourable Kendra Mathurin-Stewart, said the 3rd floor is currently occupied by CLICO workers but will be available next week so that repairs can begin. The 3rd floor will house 2 criminal courts.
Government is currently in possession of the 2nd floor of the CLICO building, and that work has commenced effecting the necessary repairs and retrofitting of that particular space. As a matter of fact, the 2nd floor is completely gutted and repaired, and arrangements are ongoing to retrofit same. The contractor contracted to do the work has been working and will be working around the clock to ensure that the space and the court is delivered in the quickest possible time. The 2nd floor of the CLICO building will house the 2 civil courts and the court reporting unit, and the 3rd floor will house the 2 criminal courts for now.
The Legal Affairs Minister explained that the CLICO building is an interim solution as government works towards the establishment of its legal complex, which will house the justice system.
Government remains committed to ensuring that our justice system remains fully functional and intact, and that the proper administration of justice is not compromised in any way. The use of the CLICO building to house our court, as indicated before, is an interim medium-term measure while we continue to work towards realizing our dream and our goal, and that is to have our halls of justice or legal complex. Cabinet, as you know, appointed a subcommittee a little while now to pursue this project. The committee continues to meet on a regular basis, and so far we have reviewed some of the existing proposals. We have looked at also new ones, some of the drawings, the designs, and of course possible locations for our halls of justice.
2 courts will be added to deal with the backlog of cases. It is the hope of the minister that in the not-too-distant future, there will be 6 courts operating in Grenada. Finding a new home for the courts demonstrates government's commitment to good governance and the administration of justice. Government has promised to continue forging ahead to ensure that the TAMCC Community College becomes a premier tertiary institution in the Caribbean. That commitment from Minister with Responsibility for Information, Senator Winston Garraway. He says government is seeking new sources of funding to upgrade the institution following the withdrawal of the PETNA Foundation. In October 2016, an MOU was signed between government, TAMCC, the PETNA Foundation and McMaster University to build capacity, thereby making TAMCC a self-sustaining institution. Under the MOU, which has a lifespan of 5 years, PETNA pledged $1 million to ensure faculty development. But on March 29th, PETNA wrote a letter withdrawing from the Memorandum of Understanding, citing Grenada's inability to attract the desired candidate for the post of president of TAMCC. Senator Garraway says government will seek new partners to ensure development of the institution becomes a reality.
The MOU, PETNA would have indicated that they're withdrawing from the MOU. We have lost the preferred candidate, but we still have TAMCC, and we still have a TAMCC to build. And government will continue to look for partners out there to partner with us for the restructuring and development of TAMCC. That is our commitment to this people, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Martinique. It's a commitment to our students, and we will not rest until we are able to satisfy this pledge that we have made to them.
The partnership has also lost the candidate for president of TAMCC. Senator Garraway says a letter of resignation was received from Canadian Judelyn Innocent, who received what she would have considered more lucrative offers.
It has been government's commitment towards the upgrade of TAMCC because we know the value of TAMCC and the students who pass through this institution. The development of our students is the development of Grenada, and this has been our constant drive. And although we were not able to attract that candidate to fulfill what she was asking for, we did not give up. We continue to still fight.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The eyes of the world are on us more than ever. So let's take it to them. Saturday, May 4th, the Spice Mass Corporation launches Spice Mass 2019. The Caribbean's biggest summer festival. This year's launch starts with a roadshow from Ariza Car Park to the National Stadium from 3 p.m. Bring out your last year's costume and join the parade. It's one big experience with a display of fancy man, traditional man, Moko Jumbi, and the most envied Jab Jab. The official opening is at the National Stadium, featuring your favorite soca artists and DJs, Calypso Monarch, Steel Pan champions, and presentations of the 2019 Carnival Queen contestants, plus displays of 2019 costumes, SMC show tickets, and other attractions to be won. Saturday, May 4th, the National Stadium, the launch of Spice Mass 2019. Bring out the entire family. Log on to spicemassgrenada.com for more.
Continuing the news, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, says it is no accident or stroke of luck that Grenada has been named Best Paying Island by the University of the West Indies, UWI. According to Dr. Mitchell, the recognition by UWI is indicative of a wider government commitment to honour its financial obligations locally, regionally and internationally. He said, and I quote, "This government maintains an unwavering commitment to prudent fiscal management. A key element of that commitment is keeping our financial obligations current. The immediate benefits of that are that government maintains good standing with organizations with which it has financial dealings, and we avoid additional fees which could be incurred because of late payments," unquote. The Prime Minister praised the Ministry of Finance for astute management of the country's financial resources. Dr. Mitchell further stated that paying UWI consistently and on time means they're also cognizant of enabling citizens to attain tertiary level education. He says a commitment to improving education equates a commitment to the empowerment of individuals and to overall development of Grenada, Carriacou and PT Martinique. NYPD's finest soccer team will embark on a goodwill humanitarian tour of Grenada from April 30th to May 5th. The team, sponsored by Promo Caribbean and New York Red Bulls, will visit 4 educational institutions as well as the Grand Bacolet Juvenile Rehabilitation Center. They will also be engaged in 2 friendly soccer games, one against the President's 11 at Victoria Park on May 2nd, and the highlight of the tour, a matchup with the RGPF's finest at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium on May 3rd. Retired NYPD officer Larry Roberts, who was a guest on the GIS Spice Morning program, spent 24 years with the city of New York. He's here ahead of the rest of the team.
The team is going to be arriving on next Tuesday, and there's a lot of excitement. I'm happy to be here this time, and I know the guys will be pretty excited about the whole trip, and we can't wait. It's been in planning for quite some time, and to see us pretty much close to this date is really, really good. And I just can't wait and want the people to understand that, hey, we really want to have a successful tour, successful mission, and come here and do good for Grenada and give back to the kids.
On the local front, the RGPF's soccer team is going through intense training, and coach, former national player Corporal Ron Joseph, says they will be ready for the encounter.
We are in preparation mode right now. Preparation has been going fine. The players has been turning out to training, and I must say on the 3rd of May, we'll be ready for the NYPD team.
Corporal Joseph says the RGPF's finest will be a combination of 2 active teams within the force.
The composition of the team is over 40 players and some of the RGPF present GFA team. So that's what we're going into the game with.
And I know that the NYPD, they've been training just as hard. Do you think that with your over 40 and your GFA squad that you would have the right combination?
Yes, we will have the right combination. We're going into camp on Monday, so we have all the players together and we can put the team in motion for the game on the 3rd of May.
So patrons can expect a very good showing from the RGPFs?
I must say you'll see quality football on that day. I can tell you the guys are in high spirits and we are ready to go. And I must say, gentlemen, the Commissioner of Police will be playing as well. So come out and see him in his glory.
What position will he be playing?
He will play on the left side, I can tell you now.
The NYPD's finest will also hand over a number of sporting equipment to various schools and clubs on the island as part of its Goodwill humanitarian tour. And that's the National Report.